Hello, Jim Stroud here, reporting for Tribe TV. If you are a tech worker in the Bay Area, chances are you're looking to get out. And if I had to guess, I would say the reason for that is the massive homeless problem you have there. Or it could be that real estate prices are so very high. And don't get me started on the taxes. I hear they're quite ridiculous. And this is not a new phenomenon. Millennials had already begun leaving the big cities. Why? Well, before the coronavirus pandemic, ever-increasing housing costs and lack of access to family-friendly amenities and to be nearby suburbs mostly. And now that we're in this post-coronavirus era, you can probably add recent events to the list of why people are leaving big cities and areas like the Bay Area of California. Events like this.
This morning, new cases of COVID-19 breaking records nationwide.
Alert now, Seattle's mayor announcing the dismantling of the chop zone earlier this week. But guess what? Some protesters refusing to leave.
The good news in all of that for you is that there are people willing to pay you to put the big cities of California, and other big cities for that matter, in your rearview mirror. Details on that in 15 seconds. In an effort to bring new blood into their town and increase their workforce, Tulsa, Oklahoma is paying people $10,000 to move there and work remotely for an employer they already have. NBC2 reports.
$10,000 to move to Tulsa. You've probably heard about the Tulsa Remote program that started last year. Now it's back and thousands have already applied.
He's from Kansas City, but had been living in Dallas. He has a wife and 2 kids, so they were looking for a city to settle down in. Last year, Tulsa Remote got to 10,000 applicants before they had to cut off the application process. This year looks even busier. 1,500 people applied on the first day.
And it's not just Tulsa, Oklahoma. Vermont has a remote worker program as well. CNBC reports.
Vermont is absolutely gorgeous, but it's got a few challenges, an older population that's growing slowly. So the state is thinking outside of the box with its new remote worker grant program. It will offer you up to $10,000 if you're a remote worker who wants to relocate here to Vermont and continue doing your job. One of the people who took advantage of that is named Colin Palkovitz. He now lives on 64 acres in Paulette and works for a technology nonprofit. He got reimbursed about $4,500 for making the move. Take a listen. The state is expanding this program come January to new workers who come to Vermont and work for companies that are based here like Darn Tough Vermont. The sock manufacturer is eager to access talent in this tight labor market.
And those are just 2 examples of a long-running trend that I think won't end anytime soon. I could go on, and I think I will. A couple more examples. Move to and work in Maine and receive a tax break to reduce your student loan burden. The Educational Opportunity Tax Credit first applied to graduates of Maine's colleges and universities, but has now been expanded to college and university graduates from anywhere in the U.S., starting with the class of 2016. Sweet home Alabama. Tech workers willing to relocate to the Shoals area could receive up to $10,000 through the Remote Worker Incentive Program through a partnership between the Shoals Chamber of Commerce and the Shoals Economic Development Authority. Its goal is to bring up to 10 remote tech workers to the Alabama areas, including Florence, Tuscumbia, Sheffield, and of course, Muscle Shoals. Now I have several other examples I could share with you, but maybe, just maybe, you want to travel abroad, see the world. Well, if that's the case with you, I have at least 2 examples I could share. Okay, now just check. Oh, this is nice, right? Yeah, this is Estonia. I want to read this. I want to say this just right. Thank you. All right, this is Estonia. Okay, so Estonia, along with a few other European countries, have created a special digital nomad visa. In the hopes of attracting remote workers to live and, of course, spend money inside their borders. For applicants, the key criteria is being able to demonstrate steady remote income. The upside for Estonia is potential influx of newcomers who spend their hard-earned euros and help the local economy without taking jobs from the native citizens. So, pretty cool plan. And then there's this other place. Bring the other one. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Bring up the other. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Quick shout out to my friend Ian Scott, my favorite Kiwi. How's it going, brother? All right. So this is a quote from this article. All right. This is a quote from this article. It says here, and then there's New Zealand, or specifically Wellington, New Zealand, also known as Silicon Valley. And they are very serious about recruiting U.S. citizens there. Quote here, the city has launched an initiative called Look See Wellington. The goal to recruit 100 talented technology candidates from across the globe with a focus on the United States. The program arranges meetings with prospective employers who have roles that match a candidate's skills, and flights and accommodations are covered. So, what do you think? If you are living in the Bay Area of California or some other big city and you're like, I need to get out of here. Do these type of programs appeal to you? Let me know. Drop me an email, and I might include your comments in an upcoming episode of Tribe TV. In the meanwhile, here are some other viewer comments. So I asked online, why are so many people leaving California? And I got these great comments. Jay, I'm about to get you on retainer. He said, people were doing it 30 years ago. Well, that revolving door must have been swinging a long time. And then Ed here, wow, powerful statement, Ed. I happen to know a lot of people have left California for Texas. Were you one of them? I just have a feeling. And I can't help it, I'm psychic like that. It's easy to be psychic like that when you have LinkedIn for your crystal ball. I have to admit, I'm not open to relocation, but someone gave me a very intriguing offer that I just could not refuse. I can't give you any details on it, at least not yet, maybe later. And, oh, sorry, I see my ride's here. Gotta go.